Hey guys, how's it going? Um, basically, I've wanted this for a while. Well, I really, I've always wanted to kind of rank all these, and I was originally gonna do I wasn't originally, but I was thinking about, I could just do like with, you know, the regular style, like I was talking about in the last one I did, the ranking the games or whatever, how I put gameplay on the screen, but that would be way too fucking hard for all these wonder weapons I have. So I have them in order, and if you see it, there's multiple ray guns. This is the World of War ray gun. This is the BO1 ray gun. This is BO2, 3, and 4 ray gun. And then I don't even know if that's a picture from B. I think that's a B. I think that's a picture from BO2 or maybe BO3, but I'm pretty sure it's from 1, 2, or I'm pretty sure it's from 2 or 3. But um, yeah. Um, and then we got the Cold War ray gun down here. So the reason for that is basically the World of War ray gun is quite different from the BO1. Not quite different, but it's a noticeable difference in my opinion. The BO1 plays a little bit different the way you have to use it and all that. And then the BO2, 3, and 4, they're all like it's basically the same thing. And then the Cold War ray gun is um quite a bit different, especially at launch. I don't really know because some of these weapons were nerfed. I'm basically just gonna go off when I use them, and a lot of this list isn't actually gonna be ranked based on um how good they are necessarily. Like I'm going to definitely take that into effect, but it's more like my opinion on like how I like them. So it's like half of how good they actually are, like fact how good they are, and then the other half is like just my like some guns will get boosts just for me enjoying them a lot more, just liking them, even if like for instance the scavenger, it drops off at like 40 or whatever it is, or 45 or 50, but I will be ranking it higher than most people would because it's like one of my favorite wonder weapons to use, so it automatically will get a pretty big buff on that side. Um, and yeah, so getting these pictures was quite difficult. A lot of these, so some of them I either just took translucent pictures I found off the internet or whatever you call them, but most of them I had to when I downloaded them, they would download in like web files or whatever, so I had to move them. I had to change them to JPEG. Then I had to go into like Adobe or whatever and make them translucent again, because they would when I turn to JPEG there'd be like a black background on it or whatever. So a lot of these, some of them like the bows from or the crossbows from Rave. These is just like screenshots I took and made them a little bit smaller so you could see them a bit better from like clips I had on my computer. Some of them like this, I just could not make them translucent. Like I don't really know how to do it myself. I just did it an auto thing where it automatically removes background, and like on certain pictures it would remove half of the gun. So I was like, I'm just gonna use the straight up picture. And then yeah, a couple of the pictures like this one I took a screenshot from a game I from a clip I had. Um and then a couple of them I won't even lie, like these four, I literally had so much trouble trying to find actual pictures of the Krakens upgraded because I didn't want to go back and like play the maps just to get screenshots. You know, that'd be kind of annoying. These four I think were from like a NoJ456 video that I just like screenshotted because I was having trouble finding these. But yeah, so yeah, every COD, World of War BO1, BO2, BO2, Advanced Warfare, BO3, Infinite Warfare, World War II, BO4, Cold War, and Vanguard, which is only one. But yeah, some of these pictures also they look a lot different in size and shit. It took me dude, it took me like 10 hours to get all these pictures like in here perfectly. Believe it or not, it was just a fucking struggle because I'd put them in and sometimes they'd be perfect. I'd be like, oh nice, and sometimes they'd be way too fucking big, and then I'd make them smaller, and then they'd be too small, and I have to make them a little bit bigger, and then a bit bigger again. And some of them are like still a bit too small. Some of them look weird. Like this looks fucking kind of like smushed a lot more than it should be. I might have even cut off half of it. I don't even know, but I kind of got annoyed, so I just started moving on from a lot of these. And then like these, I literally could not get a picture of just one of them. So, but yeah. So we're going in chronological order. I don't really know if I have anything else I wanted to say. Oh, also for some of them, I have on my other computer all the screenshots because, or all the pictures because for a couple of them like the fucking like the Krakens. Just looking at them, I know this is the cryo one. I believe that's the poison one. I believe that's the fire one. I think that's like the electric one. I think that's those. I'm gonna have to look at what I titled them because I honestly can't really tell. Same with these. I can't. This one's called the Hurricane, I believe, and then this one's called the Bloodlust. This one's called the Reaper, or this one's called the Reaper. I can't remember. And then the other one, I can't remember the name. The Tesla. Oh, this is wait. This is the Midnight. This must be the Reaper. Yeah. Um, but yeah. So yeah, if that's pretty much it, I'll just get into it. So starting with the World of War ray gun. I haven't really thought about this before. Oh, I also added never used slash can't remember. There's a couple that I'm gonna be honest I've used probably once, but I honestly can't remember. There's not gonna be many that I haven't used though. Maybe like 5 or something. But also it's very even. There's 3 above average, 3 below average. This one I wouldn't count, and this is just one I'm throwing in. So it's like, really bad, bad, just slightly below average, average, above average, really good, great, or whatever. So it's consistent. There's 3 levels below average, 3 levels above. I know there's technically 4 below, but this I'm not really counting because it's never used or whatever. So yeah, with this especially too, I wanted to add more tiers than I did in like the games video. For instance, I only have like 5 tiers. I feel like you need more tiers with, but there's 87 fucking guns in here. So, oh yeah, also should add, there might be a couple that aren't considered wonder weapons. There might even be 1 or 2 that I forgot. I don't think I forgot any of them because I've thoroughly looked through fucking zombies Wikipedia. I looked up for like, I obviously know all the Treyarch wonder weapons, but for instance, like, and the Infinite Warfare, but for instance, for like World War II um and even like Infinite Warfare for the last 2 maps, I had to really look up all wonder weapons and make sure I got all of them. So I wasn't sure if these were wonder weapons at first, but I think they are. This one, and this one being in the last map, and this one being by itself, I think it's a wonder weapon. So, and then there's also, for instance, like, I mean, stuff like this isn't really a wonder weapon, but I'm gonna count it because it is just like a rip saw or whatever that shoots saws out, and there's nothing really like it could exist in real life, but it's kind of like the special weapon of the map, the wonder weapon, and then for instance the the something impaler, fuck, what's it called? The whatever impaler from Dead of the Night. This is the main wonder weapon, but I counted this because I wasn't really sure, but you do craft it and it becomes one of your weapon slots, and it is technically a wonder weapon, even though it just shoots out like crossbow bullets, but I'm still gonna count it. And then also I should add another thing. A lot of these pictures are from the non-Pack-a-Punch versions. This is not the non-Pack-a-Punch version for sure. But I'm basically counting them as the best version of it. So a lot of these will be just like the Pack-a-Punch version. A lot of them aren't really that much different, except for like the Annihilasters fully to the Annihilasters Annihilator or whatever. Alistair's Annihilator is a very big difference. I'm going to be basically basing it off of the Annihilator, even though it's a picture of the fully. I'm just going to be basing off the best versions of it, but with most of them, it's minus like the staves and the gauntlets and this. They're basically not much of a difference. Just kind of like ammo, because a lot of the guns are like infinite wonder weapon, infinite damage, and all that. But yeah. So we'll start with the World of War ray gun, which I should have thought about this shit. I did try to think about it, but it's hard to think where I'd rank all 87 before I did the video. So hopefully I'm gonna try to keep this under an hour because the last one was like an hour and 20 minutes. And I was only ranking 6 things, but I feel like this I could bang it a lot faster because I don't really have as much to talk about, especially with certain ones of them. But it's gonna be also pretty hard to rank. Like I said in the last video, um, it depends the day. Sometimes I might put one above the other one, but it's generally gonna be very, very close to obviously what I feel they should be. But the World of War ray gun, we're going to pop the World of War ray gun in. Fuck, that's hard. We're gonna pop it in below average, I would say. Below average or average? I'm gonna pop it in below average because I feel like you can't really base it off of just like, oh my god, though, in fucking knocked and like Verrucked, like it was like the gun you had to have. It doesn't matter when these get maps came out, they're all ranked on this. Like if they all came out the same day, all these wonder weapons. It doesn't matter how old it is. The World of War ray gun, if it was in, you know, BO2 or something, which I mean technically, if it was in Infinite Warfare or something, it would be on the shittier side. It's only kind of good because you can have it with another wonder weapon, and it's like on every fucking map, trick map ever, pretty much ever. I think, um, except for the chaos maps. Um, but yeah, just the no PhD definitely adds to it. Like I said, on Noct, it's like the gun you want that in the MG42 probably, but once you get to about around 25, it starts maybe 30. It starts crawling zombies, and then you have to basically two-shot them. And then once you get to like, I'd say 40, maybe 45, you gotta shoot them once, maybe even twice to crawl them, and then another one or two times to finish them. So, and it doesn't have an absolutely ridiculous amount of ammo. It's got like 40 and 200 packed. So yeah, we're gonna pop that there, all-time classic. But yeah, then we got the Wonderwolf, which first came in at World of War, but I only added one of the Wonderwolf. There is the obviously there is the Sniper Wonderwolf, but I didn't add like the BO3 Wonderwolf or like the Call of the Dead Wonderwolf or some shit. I'm just counting them all as the same. So yeah. So with that, the Wonderwolf is one of my favorites all time. So I'm putting it in very solid. The thing is, it is infinite damage. It wasn't at one point on BO3 right when it came out. I remember like you get to like 30 or 35, it would start crawling them, and it was like it was actually really fucking bad on BO3 when it came out, but they buffed it eventually. But I remember on the Giant, it was so bad at the start. It was like crazy. But part of me wants to put in goated, but maybe I will. That's hard. That's a hard fucking choice. I'm gonna put in goated for now. Yeah, it's fucking really good on World of War 3. Well, World of War 3 is kind of hard to say because it takes away your jug, but I'm not gonna really count that. It's extremely good on like Shino Numa, obviously, and Call of the Dead when you kill George and you have the Easter egg done. It's really good on. I haven't used it in the new Shino Numa map because I only played it once, but um, yeah, we're gonna put it there. All-time classic. It used to be my favorite wonder weapon. I mean, this is when like BO1 was out. It was my favorite wonder weapon because like there had only been like 6 or 7 wonder weapons to count from, and I've been playing since Noct. So like when it came out on Shino Numa, I remember when it came out and I was like, oh, this thing's fucking amazing. But that's the two World of War wonder weapons. Then we got the BO1 ray gun, which I'm gonna put in average. Um, yeah, the thing that really helps is I think it might do a little bit more damage or the same, but the PhD. I know it's not part of the gun, but you kind of have to count that. I think there's certain guns, like I know a lot of people always complain about the Tundra gun, and they're like, because it does splash damage. Well, if you just have PhD on, it basically is, I think it's almost infinite damage. Like it maybe drops off over 100 or something, but I honestly think it's like a better version of the Thunder gun. Has more ammo, and it can kill. It has a better chance of killing the whole horde. Like with the Thunder gun, you kind of have to line them up, get them in a big group, and shoot them. If there's any to your side, it won't kill them. If you shoot straight down, it won't really kill anybody. But with the Tundra gun, there's a lot of splash damage. So, but yeah, so put in average. I think at the time the ray gun was. I think this is my favorite version of the ray gun to use because the BO1 ray gun with PhD, and then you'd have like the Thunder gun or like the Wave gun or some shit. It was just a minty combo. Um, yeah. So yeah. Then we got the Thunder gun, which I'm gonna have to fucking pop in. I'm gonna have to pop in goaded. I'm gonna put it behind the Wonderwolf though. Yeah, I'm gonna put it behind the Wonderwolf. In my opinion, visually it looks better. I think it's one of the coolest looking wonder weapons. I don't know why, just especially when you get it from the box, it just looks so cool. Like it's just perfectly built. Um, but I don't like the kill effect as much. I don't like the noise. The Wonder Woman makes a sick noise, the zzz, and you can see the electric fucking bolts shooting through all the zombies. Um, but technically, I guess it's probably better than the Wonder Woman because they both are infinite damage wonder weapons in most maps. I mean, all maps, I guess now, if you don't count the BO3 launch. But um, the Thunder Gun generally would take out a whole horde. But with the Wonder Wolf, at least in World at War, I believe it could only kill like 16 or something out of the 24 or something like that. Um, but it had a bit more ammo. It had the non-packed version had 3 and what fucking damn 3 and 15, so 18. But the Thunder Gun had 2 and 12, so not that much more. But the upgraded version had like 6 and 30, so 36. And then the Thunder Gun had about 28, I think. So the ammo difference isn't that big, but I just prefer it because, like I said, this isn't really based on like how good it is necessarily. That's half of it, but it's also how fun it is to use. So, yeah. Then we got the Winter's Howl, which I was gonna put classified N5 because the classified version is quite a big upgrade, quite a big difference. But then I was thinking about I didn't want to do that because maybe I'd have to do with 2 Apothicon Servants, and like there's like a few different versions of the Thunder Gun, even though they're very very identical, and the Blundergat and being in 2 maps and the Acid. So I just thought, nah, I'll just put it in here. It's gonna be hard to rank because the 5 one, as it is pretty underrated, it's still not very good. But the classified one's actually really is like pretty good. I probably should have had the classified version too. I did try to look up, but I couldn't find a really good picture of it, so I just said forget it. But hmm. I'm gonna mix them. I'm gonna hit like a equal ground and go in between like how good they are. So if it was the classified one, I'd probably put it in decent. If it was the I'm gonna put an average above the ray gun. Damn, that's really hard. Yeah, I'm gonna put an average above the ray gun just because even classified version of it has a problem with it not having like it has a pretty good. I can't really remember. I played classified so much when BO4 came out, but on high rounds, I don't remember if it took 2 shots to fully kill him. I know once you get to a certain round, 1 shot won't do it, but I remember on 5 it took a fucking quite a few shots to fucking like it would take you could once you get to a high round, it take about 3 or 4 shots I think to take out a horde, and it has like 9 and 81 I think in the upgraded version, but it's not a lot at all when you're playing high rounds. And you got to use 3 bullets per horde, so or at least 3-4 bullets per horde. I'm gonna fuck. That's so hard, man. See, I really like the Winter's Howl too. I like the name. I like the noise it makes. I like fucking. It is. It should have been better on the 5 version, but um, damn, I definitely should have. I definitely should have put the classified version. But yeah, for now I'm gonna keep an average because I think that's a good medium ground for the 5 version. It probably would go in below average, and for the classified version, it probably go in decent. So I'm gonna go in between and go in average. But then we get the VR11. This is like one of the hardest ones to rank because in solo this is straight pure stink. But if you're playing 2 player, this wonder weapon it's super under appreciated. I can't even think of the word. I think a lot of people always dog on it, but don't realize what it can actually do in 2 player. Now, getting this I would not find it fun, but basically if you shoot your teammate, they'll get zombie blooded for I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 20 seconds or something. But they'll also get double damage for like the same amount of time, and this thing has quite a bit of ammo, so you can shoot it however many times a round at the person. Um on high rounds, that's the reason why the high round record on 2 players, like this is the only map I think ever out of any zombie map ever where the 2 player, the co-op 2, 3, 4 player high round, definitely the 2 player. I can't remember for 3 and 4, but the 2 player high round is higher than the solo, literally just because of this gun. So for that, I'm not putting it pure stink. I'm probably gonna put it in. Oh, that's really fucking hard, man. Because I'm gonna put in. Man, that's so hard because on one hand it is terrible if you're playing solo, like super bad. But on the other hand, if you're playing 2 player and you really just don't care about kills, you let your teammate get all the kills, because the person who's using this is gonna be in the shitty fucking situation because they're just gonna be like basically assisting on all the kills their teammates gets. It's extremely good in 2 player. Like it's a really good wonder weapon. It's like the most unique, probably the most unique wonder weapon just because of how random it is. It's like the only wonder weapon ever where it's like you don't get anything really from it. It's your teammate. I mean, you get to high rounds, so you get it too. But if you see the two-player world records, I'm sure like the top person has 40,000 kills or whatever, and the second person has like 3,000 or something, which is pretty funny. But um, I'm gonna put in bad because I don't think it's fun to use, but I do have to give it a buff from pure stink because of the fact that it is really good in two-player. But that would still it wouldn't be fun using it. It would be extremely unfun. One of the least fun wonder weapons to use, but I just got to give it the buff because it is actually technically, if you base it off of two-player on how good it is, it'd probably be in like decent because double the damage. If the person had the scavenger, I'm sure it'd do a lot of damage. But we're gonna put it in bad for now. Maybe I'll move it eventually. Probably not. I'll probably keep it in bad. But yeah. Then we got the scavenger. The scavenger. This is a very hard pick because this is one of my favorite wonder weapons ever. I think in the last top 5 video I did like 5 or 6 years ago on my other channel, I think I put it in my top 5. Which I don't know if I don't think it would be there now just because it is so under powered for high rounds. There definitely should have been a buff on it. It didn't have to be infinite damage, but at least if it one shot to like I don't know in the 80s at least or something, it would have been really cool. I think the highest round I've gotten on Call of Duty is like 50 or something. I'm not somebody who really ever goes for high rounds. I usually just play until I get to the round where it's like, okay, now it's getting annoying. Every round takes 10 fucking minutes. That's usually when I back out. Um, but yeah, if we're talking before round 40, this is going in goated. This thing's fucking extremely fun to use. It is out of all the wonder weapons on this list, does take probably the most skill compared to the massive majority of them because it's not just you shoot it and it kills them instantly. You gotta make sure you. It's a terrible weapon if you get trapped because it takes about 2 seconds or 2.5 seconds, something like that. Maybe 3 seconds to explode. But it will wipe out the whole horde instantly, and it has a massive area of effect. One of the biggest out of all the wonder weapons. Fucking huge area of effect when you shoot it. The high arena infrared or whatever with the thermal sight. It looks so cool. It sounds so cool with the fucking explosion sound. But just because it's under fucking powered on high rounds, I'd probably put it in very solid instead of goated. I know most people would put it in like fucking like below average or shit, but I'm just giving them that buff because, like I said, this list isn't all about the statistics of the gun. It's also about how much fun I have using it. But I also have to kind of look at how the stats a little bit too. And I don't think it would be right putting in goated because it's not powerful enough to be in that. But yeah, fuck, that's so hard to say, man, because I like it more than the Wonderwolf and the Thunder Gun. I don't know. I gotta think about this for a second. Um, hmm. Because yeah, I mean the main thing is I don't really just like doing these lists on just like a lot of people make these lists on just how good the wonder weapons are and not nothing of their opinion, and everyone's list will look the exact same. If I still did that list, I don't think mine would look. I think mine would look pretty different because there's a lot of wonder weapons I think people overrate to fucking all hell. Um, but yeah, fuck. Should have thought about this before. This is so hard, man. I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep it very solid. But yeah. Then we got the baby gun, which where would we put the baby gun? I'm gonna put the baby gun in very solid. I'm gonna put it. God, it's. I should have just picked. I should have just said this is like my personal opinion on how fun I find these guns to use, but it's hard to say. I don't know. No, I'm gonna go off just my favorite. I'm just gonna go off my favorite. Honestly, I'm just gonna do that instead of the statistic shit. I should have thought about this before, but it makes it way harder to rank them because I have to use half. half opinion, half like fact, and it's just hard to rank them. So I'm gonna put the scavenger. I'm gonna put the scavenger above the above the wonder wall. I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna keep the thunder gun there, but I'm gonna keep the baby gun here. The baby gun, the seven, I forget what the fuck it is, 3179 JGB or some shit like that. I can't remember. It's the fractalizer upgraded, so um, it's technically one of the only guns that actually doesn't do any damage, but it obviously makes all the zombies insta kills once you hit them all. They make them all like little babies, and then you just run over them. But you kind of need. I can't remember if you need PhD for this. I think you do because I think you take a bit of damage when you run over them. I don't really remember honestly. Fuck. I used it recently too when I played fucking Zombie Chronicles not too long ago. But um, yeah, I'm gonna keep it there because it is really cool. I like the noise. I like how it looks. I don't like love it, but um, yeah. Um, hmm. Yeah, the running over zombies is just a little bit annoying too after you do that. So it can become annoying to use to be honest. But I'm just trying to think of using that. Should I change any of the ranking on this? Not really because the VR11. I still feel like it depends on the wonder weapon because I can't put it in pure stink because I could see it being really good, but I don't enjoy using it. But I don't think it's like I do think it is pure stink, but I don't. Hmm. Um. With that, I'm gonna move the Winter's Howl up because I enjoy using the Winter's Howl. I've always found it a really fun wonder weapon to use. Um, but yeah. Then we got the Wave Gun, which is I'm gonna pop in Goated also. I'm gonna pop behind the Thunder Gun though. I don't think it's as fun to use, but I think it is a little bit better just because it has a lot more ammo because it is technically two different guns. It's the Zap Gun and um the Zap Gun and Ray Gun, the Ray Gun Zap Gun. I forget what the fuck it's called. The two little Zap Guns basically, and then you put it into one, and then it turns into the Wave Gun. Obviously, the Wave Gun's the better version of it, but it's just cool that you can have two different versions, and it has a ton of ammo. Especially in the Wave Gun, it takes a while to go through that, but with the Zap Guns, you kind of just spray them. I usually just spray them, waste all the ammo, and then just keep the Wave Gun because they're not really that good. They're not hard to aim, but like you kind of can waste a lot of ammo pretty easily. But yeah, I'm gonna put it. Do I think no? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in goated behind that because I do enjoy it. Um, using it. Mm, I'm gonna put it actually at the top of very solid because I'm trying to think. I don't think it's as fun to use as the top three. Um, yeah. Then we got the BO2 ray gun, which I would also probably BO2, 3, and 4 ray gun, which I would put in below average probably. It's just I feel like it's very similar to the um to the BO or the World of War ray gun in the damage it does, but there's no PhD in BO2 or 3. There is the perma perk in BO2, which I guess you get on uh buried. Is it only buried, or you get on buried and die rise too? In transit, I think it's just buried, but I can't really fucking remember. Um, but yeah, there is PhD on BO4, but I feel like on BO4 it's a little bit shittier than BO3 and 2, so it kind of evens out. There is PhD, but I feel like it just is so bad on BO4. So, um, dude, fuck. Honestly, nah. Honestly, I'm gonna put in bad. I think it's yeah. I think it's fucking bad. On BO2, 3, and 4, especially those three games, I'd see the ray gun and I'd just be like, I'd laugh. I'd be like, no, I'm not grabbing that. Where on World of War, it's like, yeah, you grab it. Unless I'm playing Deriz, I usually grab like the PPSH and the Wonder Off, like the MG and the Wonder Off or something. I usually don't grab the ray gun. But on Noct and Verruct, it's like you grab it, right? And even Shinonumi, you grab it. But a BO2, 3, and 4, I would never fucking grab the ray gun. Um, that's fucking laughable. Yeah, I'd never grab that shit. Then we got the jet gun. I forget what it's the art. I looked up the name. I couldn't remember exactly what the name was, but um, which is only on transit. A lot of people put this in pure stink, but this actually, out of all the wonder weapons, also is another gun that takes a lot of skill to use because it's technically infinite damage, um, infinite ammo wonder weapon, but it's annoying to build. You got to run around this fucking huge ass map and find 3 parts to build it, and it sucks you into zombies, and if you're holding on the trigger too long, it'll break. You got to go back, and you don't have to find the parts at the same locations, I don't think. But I think they're like below the crafting table. I don't know. I think I've only used the jet gun like twice, and it's probably been fucking almost like 9 years since I used it. But if you're going for high rounds, this can become actually pretty good. The other thing is you have to have skill because you got to know when to stop pulling in the zombies so it doesn't break, and you got to. It also sucks you into the zombies kind of. So yeah, for that I'm gonna put it in below average, but just because it's annoying to build and it's not really that fun to use, but it is extremely good for high rounds. And if I was to go for high rounds, it'd probably be semi fun to use, but um, just because of that, I'm gonna put it there. Like I said, yeah, this is gonna be mostly just based on favorites. I shouldn't have contemplated about the stats shit. It's just every gun would bug me where I should put it, so I'm just gonna kind of base this list on favorites, so it's more unique. That's what I do with. I mean, it's different to say because with maps, there's no like statistically this map's better because it's really just like, and same with games, like statistically, like you could say more people played it, but that doesn't mean it's better. With guns, you can say it like statistically that like the top 20 guns, 20 wonder weapons, you could rank in certain orders. Like some person might say the thunder gun's better than the wave gun. Another person might say the wave gun's better than the thunder gun. Statistically, they're so identical. It's opinion at that point, but there's certain guns where it's like, the void bow's fucking, or what's a gun I have on this list? The I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, we'll move on from there. I don't know where I was going with that, but then we got, what did I just do? Oh yeah, then we got the liquefier from Dire Eyes. I'm gonna count uh after patch because I think I might have only used it a couple times pre-patch. I used to play the map all the time, but um, I'd usually play a lot of co-op with Randy's, and somebody would always do it, and I wouldn't really care because liquefier I do not find that fun to use. Um, but I like the noise it makes, but I'm gonna pop. This is after patch. We're gonna count it because I have used a lot more after patch. I'm gonna put it in decent. I'm gonna put it above the Winter's Howl though, because although I think the Winter's Howl is more fun to use, I'm still gonna take into account that the Liquefier is better for sure. Um, but yeah, hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So I'm really just trying to think here. Yeah, fuck it. Then we're gonna go. Then we got the Blundergat from Mob of the Dead. Upgraded the sweeper. This thing's actually really fun to use. I'm gonna put this in decent. I'm gonna put it above that. I'm gonna put it above the Selectifier too. Honestly, I find it really fun to use. Honestly, I think it's honestly maybe the most fun to use out of the three, like the Winter Shell, Acid Gat, and Magma Gat. But it's definitely like the worst of the three, except for the BO4 version of the Acid Gat's really terrible. But I'm just gonna count the BO2 version because like fuck it. Um, but yeah, this one's really fun to use. Statistically, I mean, it is infinite damage, I believe, but it's really fun to fucking use, especially on Cell Block, Mob of the Dead, Grief, that thing, because you could get it upgraded. I think you could upgrade on that map. Yeah, you could upgrade on that map. It was above, but you couldn't get the Asagat. So this thing was really fucking fun to use on that. But then we get the Asagat from BO2. I'm not gonna count the BO4 version because it's a lot worse. Um, I would probably have to go with right above it. No. I'm gonna go right above it because the same thing with the Silicofier. This thing, the Asagat drops off like a motherfucker at around 40 or 50. I remember using it when I got to like 60 or something on mob, and it was like terrible. It was basically just used as a weaponary monkey bomb. Um, it would not do much damage. You had to use the Redeemer and the Acid trap basically to get high rounds on that map. Because this thing just dropped off of a fucking cliff, but it was still really fun to use, so I'm still gonna put it in decent. Then we get the Mark II. I'm going to put the Mark II in decent right above the Winter's Howl. For what it is as a secondary wonder weapon, pretty much, this is just the base version. We're not counting the other versions I have below on the list, obviously. It's as a secondary wonder weapon, basically, which the Ray Gun 1 and Mark II pretty much are. It's really good. It's yeah, I don't know, it's solid. It is it is a lot higher damage than the ray gun, but the thing it suffers from is, especially on high rounds, is not very good because you run out of ammo super fucking quick, and once you get to about 60 anyway, probably ish, it drops off and stops killing zombies that fast. But it is a lot higher damage than the ray gun, the first ray gun. But it also shoots you back a bit, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Really up to your opinion on it. But yeah, then we got the paralyzer, which infinite damage. No, not infinite damage. Infinite. It used to be when it came out. Infinite ammo wonder weapon. You just have to let it recharge. And it's one of the only wonder weapons where it's very movement based too. You shoot at the ground, you fly up, obviously, and all that, which is very fun. So that gets a buff for me. I'm going to put it in very solid. I'm gonna put it above the baby gun. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna put it above the wave gun too. I always never really like loved it, but then I was playing Buried recently, like probably like 9 months ago or something, and I remember just enjoying it more. And I don't know, it's really fun to use. I didn't play a ton of Buried right when it came out. I didn't even play it when it came out. I remember watching my brother play it, but I was just like not really playing zombies at that point. From like Mob, Buried, and Origins, which are funny because those are, a lot of people consider those three extremely good maps, and I would consider Origins extremely good, and Buried and Mob pretty good too. But yeah, I just didn't play at the time, so I don't have any nostalgia for this gun. I don't really base this off nostalgia, but it's most of it's just the fact that you can move around and shit. And I love when the noise it makes when you hit your head on the ceiling. It sounds so funny, but the noise this thing makes is really cool too. But it becomes useless at like 60 or 70. It basically just slows down the zombies. It'd be good in co-op, I guess, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Then we got the lightning staff, which we're counting the upgraded versions. I'm not gonna count the non. Even though these are pictures of the non-upgraded versions, I'm counting the upgraded versions. We're just gonna count the best versions of the gun. It'd be way more annoying trying to get like this is the fully upgraded version of the MAD, but it would be really annoying trying to get fully upgraded pictures of everything. It would have taken me twice as long probably. Most of the pictures I would have had to go get myself, so it wouldn't have been possible. But lightning staff, highly underrated staff. Boom. We're popping the lightning staff. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna pop the lightning staff at the top right now. This is the upgraded version. I have to preference. This is a picture of the non-upgraded, but I gotta the Kimmets bite is what we're going off of. Basically. Yeah, this thing's fucking extremely underrated. Out of all the wonder weapons, has by far the best single shot. I would say best against the Panzer. The wind gun has a decent single shot, I guess, but I would say the lightning staff, especially when you get high rounds, a lot better because the wind staff doesn't have anywhere as much ammo. The lightning staff has way more fucking ammo than all the other staffs. I don't think it has way more than the fire, but it has a decent amount more. I know it definitely has the most. It has. What does it have in upgraded? I can't remember. I was using it like 2 days ago too. Jesus, that's sad that I can't remember. Fuck, what does it have? It has like 20. I want to say like 20 something or 30 something, and then like 180 in the reserve or something. It has a lot of ammo, and the charge shot's not even that bad too on it. I'd say it probably the worst out of all the staffs. Definitely worse than the ice staff, obviously, with the charge shot. But I don't know. Yeah, I would say probably slightly worse than the fire staff charge shot. but the single shot's by far the best. If we're talking non-upgraded version, it's the best for sure out of all these. The single shot's mainly what you use on high rounds. What I used, I got to like 45 or something on BO3 Origins recently, and then backed out. I literally just wanted to get it to beat my friend's record by 1 round. I thought it'd be funny, but um, I basically just train all the zombies on the tank path, and then drop down into the little fucking trenches and charge shot it at the bottom. And then when they come down, they'd all, a big group of them, they'd all get zapped at once. And then I kind of hit them with 2 shots of the non-charge version, and would kill all the zombies. So it charged like 3 bullets. It took about 5 bullets to take out the whole horde, but the thing is a fuck ton of ammo. So yeah. Also, it has a Sigmat's Vigor thing, which is for the rezzing. They all have that, so don't really count that. Um, but yeah, and this, like I said, this thing's really fucking good against pans. This shit like one shots him on high round. I think I fought one around like 40. I think at one, maybe 2 shot him. Like this shit does damage, bro. Then we got the fire staff, which I'm gonna put in average. I'm gonna put above the ray gun though. I just don't really find it very fun to use. I've only used it a couple times. Me and my friend did the BO2 Origins Easter egg recently, and I had to upgrade the lightning and the fire. And the fire was not very fun to upgrade. It was kind of annoying. But it's like the easiest staff to get just to regularly build. The lightning staff being the hardest, but it's pretty easy to upgrade. Um, but I do not like the single shot on it. How it like shoots out 3 things, kind of like a trident, kind of like 3 different, like one straight, one to the left, one to the right. But it could easily, if you shoot in a horde, it will most likely the 2, unless you're really close to them, the left and right will just fucking completely go to the side. It's just the middle shot that will hit them. So, and then the fire upgrade, the charge shot, I don't remember how good. I think it is pretty decent. Like it's definitely better than the lightning staff one, but I don't know. The single shot's just ass on it, and it's like the most forgettable staff. Then we got the ice staff, which the single shot on it is fucking terrible. The non-upgraded version is super super bad. This shit is like, oh, not even a 1 shot on round 7. But it's obviously the charge shot, which everyone goes for high rounds on. But and it is infinite damage. But I just don't find it as fun to use as the lightning staff. And I personally, for high rounds, if you're getting to around 130, you kind of need the ice staff. I don't think you could do it with the lightning staff. But I don't really. I'm not somebody who goes to around 130 on fucking Origins. So it's like, I would never try that. It's just way too much time. But on round 30, the lightning staff is just so much better. Better if you get trapped. The single shot is like, nobody single shots on the fucking ice staff, right? Like the single shot is fucking useless. But yeah, I don't know. If you get trapped, the ice staff is not good either because you're fucking dead if you get trapped. The lightning staff is probably the second best, I guess, after the wind staff, because the wind staff is kind of like a thunder gun. But I'm gonna pop the ice staff in decent, but I'm going to put it right there. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. I know the Blundergat. I know the ice staff is better than the Blundergat, but I just can't put it above it. I don't like it more. I don't think. I know it's better, but I don't think it's better. Like, I know it's better, but I'm not gonna have a better time using it. You have to take that into account. The guns being fun to use is like a big factor in how good they are. It's a video game, right? It's not, you know. If I was somebody who was only high rounds, I only go to round 130 every time. I'm only attempting 100 like world record shit. This list would be a lot different, but I don't have enough patience for that. So yeah. Then we got the wind staff, which I'm going to put in the back of decent. I'm gonna put it in the top average actually. I think the charge shot is really good, but I'm pretty sure it fucking. I can't really remember, dude. See, the thing is, like, I should have put in the can't remember tier, but I've used it so much that I haven't used it so much, but I've used it enough where I can't just put it in can't remember. The only ones I put in can't remember is if I used it once, maybe twice. I've also never gotten to like 60 or 70 with the wind staff and tried to charge shot it, so I don't know if it's in infinite damage, but I know it is a little bit more fun to use than the fire staff. I'm gonna put it in decent. I'm gonna put it at the back of decent. Yeah, I think that's good. Then we get the cell 3. I'm gonna put it in below average, right behind the ray gun. It's kind of just like the ray gun of Advanced Warfare, but it's not as fun to use. It just kind of like, I don't know, instantly disintegrates the zombies. It's pretty boring to use. Um, yeah. So yeah. Then we got the This is where I got. I think it's called the Megatron or some shit. Or Magatron. This is where I gotta turn on my other fucking computer to see what the fuck this shit's called because I can't remember. Um, I don't know if I've ever even used it. I looked up gameplay earlier, but I don't think I've ever used this before, to be honest. If I have, I've only used it once. It's called the Magnetron from Infection, the second Advanced Warfare map. I'm gonna put in can't remember, never used. I have used it once, I believe, but I just can't remember. There's a chance I might have even never used it, but I feel like I played Infection probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 times when it came out, so I feel like I probably used it. But um, yeah. Then we got the Limbo. From Advanced Warfare, from fucking Carrier. This one I almost want to put it in can't remember, but I think I remember using it 2 or 3 times, so probably 2 times. I don't think I've used it that. I don't think I've used it 3 times, but um, I do remember this thing being not bad, but I don't remember it being like that great. So I'm gonna put it in average because I can't fully remember, but I remember enough to put it in can't remember. And I did look up actually gameplay. That's why I remembered used it, because I remember like the little red beams that go or whatever the fuck. I remember that being very familiar. Then we got the Trident, which I have used enough. I've used 3 or 4 times, and this thing was really fun. You shoot it, fucking I think it was like a ball of like lightning or something. It could bounce around off the walls and shit, and it was kind of a time-based thing where it would just kind of keep bouncing. Like, you shoot it into a horde, kill like half of them maybe, and then keep bouncing around the walls, keep hitting them, hit zombie spawning and all that. It wouldn't lock onto them, but just kind of be random, from what I remember. But this thing was actually really fun to use. Damn, man, I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put this at the top of decent because I do remember this being actually pretty fun to use. And Descent is actually a pretty good map. Carrier and Ascent are. Carrier's like decent. I don't remember where I ranked it. I either ranked it in like the top of average or like slightly above average. But yeah, Carrier fucking Descent's definitely like, I don't know, for sure top 20 map all the time. But like, I probably wouldn't put it top 15. But it's a decent map, especially for Advanced Warfare. That's why I had Advanced Warfare ranked above World War II, because at least 2 of the maps are not too bad. But yeah, then we got the Apothicon Servant. I'm gonna put in Goated at the top. It's statistically the best wonder weapon ever. Not only does it take out a full horde, but it takes out probably 1.5 hordes. We're gonna count the upgraded version of Revelations because the Rev version has more ammo. I think it lasts a bit longer. I'm like 90% sure. And I think the black, like the distance, like the area of effect is a little bit bigger too. I can't really remember if that's completely true, but I'm pretty sure. But this thing also one of the coolest looking wonder weapons with the fucking tentacles, and you fucking put your arm into it, you fist that fucker. When you get it from the box and you put it on, it makes that noise when you put your arm through it. It looks and sounds so cool. The fact that it's like on your arm is just really unique to all these weapons, and the tentacles coming out of it is one of the coolest wonder weapons. Like that, it's one of the coolest looking wonder weapons, one of the coolest sounding wonder weapons. Fucking probably the most OP broken, fucking statistically really good wonder weapons, especially with Alchemical and BO3. That shit is fucking nuts. But even on Shadows, this shit still would be in the goated tier. The Rev version doesn't even matter that you can upgrade it. You could upgrade it at one point on Rev as a glitch, or on Shadows as a glitch, but they took that out. But I still believe I have gameplay of me doing that because I did do it once. But should I just gotta move my fucking hairs in the way? But yeah, so. Yeah, Apothicon Servant goated. Then we got the. Oh, this is the Wrath of the Ancients. I also decided to add like the Vlad and or the fucking Vlad and the Wrath of the Ancients. They're the default versions. You get them to upgrade to that like better versions of them. they're not really wonder weapons, but I decided to just count them anyway. Um, yeah, this shit's going in pure stink. It's, I mean, it's not supposed to be good. It's the base version to where you upgrade the other versions. But I'm still gonna put it on here. I've never used it past round 7 or 8 because like no one does, obviously. It's just a crossbow, and yeah, it's fucking terrible. Then we got the fucking storm bow. See, these are super small. I couldn't make them bigger. Like with some of the sizes, it was just a struggle. The storm bow we are going to be popping in the second place. Um, very. I'm like somebody who likes electric shit, I guess, because we got the Wonderwaff, the lightning staff, and the storm bow, all thunder esque guns. Um, lightning, you know. Uh, although I do find the lightning staff to be a little bit more fun to use. I have to put the storm bow here because um, it is better for sure, for sure better. The charge shot on it, I don't know if it's not really a charge shot because you can like do underhand like little if you just click and don't hold it in that much for all these bows. It does do like a non-charge shot, but I don't know if that's really what you would call it as a non-charge shot. I don't know. But the charge shots obviously it's way better than the lightning staff charge shot. But I still find the lightning staff a little bit more fun to use, especially with I always like just fucking YYing with the lightning staff or whatever, whatever that's called. But with a bow, it's not really like the aesthetic of it isn't really as cool, and it's not really as it doesn't look as good in your hand, and you can't fucking YY it or whatever. But it is better for sure, and I do really like the upgrade effect with a lightning storm, just kind of fucking, a couple feet from the ground, kind of just going around. And it's really fucking cool. So I'm gonna put that there. Hmm. Yeah. Then we got the void bow, which, geez, I used this recently. I remember hearing people. I've heard a few people say, "Oh, the void bow is underrated. It's actually really good." And then I heard a bunch of people saying it's terrible. I used it when I played Drak. Like I built all the bows in one game. It was probably a couple years ago, but this thing was fucking terrible on like round 15. I don't know if I was using it wrong, but dude, this shit was so bad. I'm not gonna put it in pure stink, but I'm going to put it at the back of bad because it was fucking terrible when I used it, man. I don't know if I was using it wrong, but dude, it was just so bad. But yeah, then we got the wolf bow, which I'm gonna pop right about there. Right when I started playing Horizon Drak, first 2 or 3 times I was building the wolf bow because whenever new maps come out with 4 wonder weapons, I'd always kind of like just fucking roll the dice and just fucking randomly pick one. Hopefully that's the really good one. And with the lightning staff, that's the one I used, and it was the one I ended up enjoying the most. So, but with the bows, I used the wolf bow first, and at least I think it's the second best one. I think it's really good, but it's the storm bow. The thing with the staves is all 4 staves are all pretty balanced together. They all like the ice staff single shot's terrible, but the charge shot's really good. It's not good against the Panzer. Just the charge shot's really good. Lightning staff, best single shot, really good against the Panzer. Fire staff, really good against the Panzer. The charge shot's decent. The wind staff, terrible against the Panzer. The charge shot is single shots good on low rounds. The charge shot's decent. I don't know. They're all pretty balanced, but with the bows, it's like the storm bow is like so much better than the other. Like the storm bow is quite a bit better than the wolf bow. They're all over the place. Like one of the bows really goated, one of them pretty good, one of them fucking bad, and then the fire bow. I will probably put in average. I'm gonna put it behind the fire staff because I remember with the fire staff, you shoot at the ground, it's like a pool of lava. With the fire bow, it like cases the zombies in charcoal. It's really fucking weird. I don't think it's as good. It might statistically be better. I haven't used both of them enough to really tell, but I just, yeah, I don't think it's, yeah, I think that, yeah. Uh, um, yeah. Then we got the just had to take a chooch. I got the KT4, which the picture did not come out as I wanted it, but I was fucking with it. I couldn't make it bigger, so KT4 obviously the non-upgraded version isn't that great, but the upgraded version. Why am I not forgetting what it's called? Why the fuck do I forget what the KT4 upgraded's called? Damn, I can't remember. I'm gonna look. I don't even know. Oh, my phone's over there. I'm gonna look this up because not necessarily the video, but I just kind of want to know what it's called. Um, let me KT4 upgrade the mass immunity. That's what it's called. Yeah. Jeez, I haven't used this one a ton. I just realized like look how many there is left. I gotta go through some of these a little bit faster, but um, it's very similar to Solidifier, but I don't. I, hmm, I probably put it above it. I'm gonna put it right about. I'm gonna put it right about there. Um, the mass immunity is really good. The charge shot, especially. It like envelops these zombies in like green goo. I don't really know what it is, but some plant-based shit. Knowing that map. Um, yeah, I also used this recently, but I just can't fucking remember, man. It is really good though. But yeah, then we got the Mark threes, the GKZs or whatever the fuck they're called. I'm gonna pop these in below average, right behind those. Statistically, a lot worse than the jet gun, but I'd say a little bit more user friendly. A little bit more fun to use, but they're not. They're okay to use as far as like funness goes. But they are fucking dog shit on high rounds, and it's really annoying. You gotta shoot the black hole, and then you gotta shoot it with the fucking purple black hole other thing, like the right one. Really not fun to use, and it's really bad high rounds. I don't enjoy using these. Um, yeah, they're not fun. Then we got the Forge Freeze, which uh, I probably have to pop right about right about there probably. It's just the one from you buy from the shop. It probably tops out on around 30 or something. Probably becomes useless, maybe even 25. I remember it not being that great, but it was okay to use. Then we got the Discord. Fucking, oh, where would I put the dude? The Discord. I think I'm gonna put right there, right in front of the Thundergun, right behind the Wonderwolf. Um, this thing looks fucking sick. The chart there's no charge. You just shoot it. It shoots like a little green spinning, almost like a tornado, but it's like little three or four something little green rings, and it makes zombies like spin on their heads. And you shoot it into a horde, it'll kill. I think the whole horde, at least most of it. It has a ton of ammo. The upgrade's a little bit annoying to build. It is a little bit annoying, but there's no upgrade. It's just the one version of it. But this thing's really fucking fun to use. On Spaceland, one of the best maps, top three. I think it's my third favorite map, maybe fourth. I can't remember where I put it, but third or fourth. Fucking really fun to use. Then, geez, man, this is shit, dude. I forgot about the other three because I always would only build the fucking that one. Um, let me do a little bit of investigating. I didn't want to do this, but Spaceland Wonder Weapons um gameplay. I just can't really remember what they just let me just take a peek. Oh wait, you could upgrade them. I think you could upgrade them. Yeah, yeah, you could upgrade them, but you had to do all the Easter eggs or some fucking weird bullshit. Um, okay. I remember I do remember using this one once because I think I did believe I used the other four like once. This one was I think about average. Yeah, I think I probably put about there. I'm just trying to see gameplay because I do remember using them all, but I always get so fucking confused. Um, which fucking one's which? I'm looking up versions of the upgraded versions which I've never used because you had to do all the E's, but they've got to be very similar to Okay, this was the dog one. Yeah, yeah. Is this? Yeah, this is the black one, right? Yeah, yeah. This one was shittier. This one would be about probably like there. Um, okay. I believe this. Oh, this one looks sick. Oh, this is the one that shot him up in the fucking air. I remember that being really cool. I did use this one once. Yeah, it shot him up in the air, which is really cool. But I remember them not being very good. Um, this one probably slightly better. No, I put that one. Put that one there. I'm actually gonna put that one about there. Those are not completely accurate because I can't fully remember. But like I said, I've used them enough where I can't put them in, can't remember. But um, with the Vlad, this shit also I believe would go in pure stink. I believe it was a bit better than the Wrath of the Ancients, but same thing basically. Pretty dog. Then we get the Ben Franklin. I remember when it fucking came out, it was a really cool idea, but I don't remember. I remember it being not that great. So I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put it right about. I'm gonna put it right about there, right about top average. Then we got the. This is the Acid Rain, right? Acid Rain is fucking goated. This shit is so good. This shit's better than the Discord, I think. Um, let me think. Let me think, dude. Honestly, I think I'm gonna put it. Fuck. I gotta really think about this. This is tough. It's tough shit. Dude, the acid rain was so fucking good, and the noise it made when it killed him was so cool, and like the effects from like the little acid raindrops, like the little orangish acid raindrop things, were fucking really cool. I'm trying to think though, where the fuck would I put this? Um, jeez. I think I might put it there, dude. It was a really fun wonder weapon to use. I think I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. Then we got the oh fuck, is it? No, this is the whirlwind. This is the one that spins them. Um, I remember this one being actually pretty decent. This was about what? The whirlwind. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right about there. I think that's pretty solid. I remember it being pretty fun to use, but not being amazing. And then the Trap-O-Matic. I remember being better than the Ben Franklin, man. I remember the Ben Franklin not being very good, but it was really cool with the lightning and shit. That's just what I remember right when the map came out and I used it. So, um, yeah, and the Trap-O-Matics weren't too bad, but I'm gonna probably put them right about there because they were really fucking annoying to like set up to kill the zombies and shit. But yeah. Then we got never used. I've never. This is the one that the dude has. The fucking what's he called? The dude that's in Rave Vision, the slasher or whatever. I think he was called. I've never used it. To my knowledge, I've never used it, but yeah. We got the Mad from Attack of the Radioactive thing. This thing's fun to use, and it's actually good. I don't know why people like shit on it. At least when I got to like 35 recently or something on it, it was still insta killing zombies. It's technically like an infinite ammo wonder weapon because you pick up ammo off these little green pods, and yeah, this thing was really fucking good. I don't know why people shit on it so much. I'm gonna put it in very solid. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna put it in very solid, honestly. Ah, hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in very solid. I think it looks really fucking cool. I like the wind up effect, and it was really good when I used it. I don't know. Then we got the Venom X, which didn't come up as a wonder weapon when I was looking on the wonder weapon things, but I always remember using it. I remember not seeing it on there, and I looked it up, and like it, I was, I'm like, I don't know why it didn't show up, but I'm pretty sure it's a wonder weapon. But um, yeah, this shit was not that great though. I'd probably have to put it, fuck, like right about here. Um, yeah. Then we got this is the Entangler or something. I've never used this. This is in Beast. It's in like the arcade things that you do these weird challenges in, but you can like actually use it in game. I don't know how to. I've never used it. Beast is a terrible map. Then we got the default Tesla gun, which was I remember it being like pretty fun to use, but God, where would I put this shit? Hmm. Very hard choice. Very hard choice. I probably have to put him below average, right below there. Yeah, because I remember like it's a non-upgraded version, but for a non-upgraded version, it was pretty good. But then it dropped off really quick. Um. Yeah. Then for these, honestly, dude, I looked up gameplay and I remember using it was either the Reaper or the Hurricane, but I honestly can't remember, man. Like I think it was the Hurricane, and I remember it being okay. So I'm gonna go off that basis and rank the Hurricane in average, but I'm gonna put it right about. I'm gonna pop this couple back actually. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put it right up. I'm gonna put it above the. I'm gonna put it right about there. I remember it being not that bad, but the other three, dude, I don't know if I ever used them, so I'm gonna have to put all three of them in never used, can't remember because I don't know if I ever used them and I can't remember. I know when we played the Easter egg, we all probably built them, but I can't remember. Um, then this same thing. I think I used it, can't remember. Blunderbuss. Um, I definitely used the blunderbuss. I remember it being pretty mid, so I'll put it at the back of mid. So we'll go with that. Never use. Yeah, never use, never use, never use, never use. Only played the fucking Frozen Dawn once, and it crashed on like round 6. The regular Kraken, the default Kraken, not bad. I probably put it. Probably put it right about the upgraded version. I'll probably put it about there. It's not bad. Okay, this we're gonna have to look it up because these I can't really tell with the fucking pictures. Hmm. This is the ice one for sure. This one wasn't too bad. I probably put about right about there. It was fun to use. It wasn't too bad. Um. Now these other pictures I can't fucking tell, bro. I'm just gonna go off what I have on here. This is the fire one, dude. I've used all these, but I they're so similar to how they look. I can't. Uh, I'm gonna put all of them in mid because I remember them all being not that great. And I remember the ice one being a little bit better than the all three, but the other three. But um, I'm going to put them above the Kraken because they have to be better than the regular Kraken. I'm gonna put them all above the Kraken by one. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Death of Orion, another pretty average gun. I'd probably put this right about. Probably move that around there. Probably put this right about there, because I don't I think it's a little bit worse than the regular Kraken. It was a very fucking underpowered wonder weapon from what I remember. Remember the charge shot on like round 50, 60, just stunning the zombies in the air and then they drop back down. It's kind of like the same thing with the lightning staff, stormbow, and the wonderwaff. Same kind of effect with the lightning, but it was a lot worse than the other three and way less fun to use. It looks really cool. It looks really fucking cool, but yeah. Then we got the magma gat, which um the magma gat. Where would I put the magma gat? I would put the magma gat in probably solid, but where would I put it in there? Probably right there. The magma gat, from what I believe, was still good up until I got to like 112 on this, and I believe it still was doing pretty decent damage. So, but it's not the most fun to use because it already has like two other. I don't know. I'm not a fan of fire based guns, but hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it right about there. That's pretty solid. Then we got the Annihilasters fully, which we're gonna count as the Annihilator, the upgraded version. This shit, hella fun to use. Um, I'm gonna put it right about there. Honestly, this thing is so fun to use. I love how it has. It's like one of the only wonder weapons, maybe the only one that has like four different or three or four different types. It's got the one where it shrinks them. It's got like the little fire orb one. It's got this one where they yellow and they turn around and they're like just walk around for a bit and then they die, which is not that great. And then it's got the wind one where it spins them around. The Sharon one, the fire one, is very similar to the Sharon um hand or whatever from Ancient Evil. Is really good, and the shrinking one's really good too. The spinning one's pretty good, and then the other one was kind of ass. It does kill all of them, but it's kind of annoying how they just walk around for a bit. It's kind of like if you're going for high rounds, it's like kind of a could waste a lot of time using that, and you can't pick which ones you use. So it is weird that way, but I think it's a good thing because it makes it very unique gameplay. It makes it really fun. But um, yeah, I still think the acid rain's a little bit more fun to use and better. But then we got the uh fucking the impaler thing, the whatever impaler. I have used it once. I don't remember though, so I'm gonna have to put it in don't remember because I honestly don't remember. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it there. Then we got the Hand of Chimera. Um, there's three versions. There's like the Hand of Chimera. There's the Re- redeemed version, and then the exalted versions, I believe, or it's the exalted and the redeemed. I forget which way it goes, but the the difference between the regular ones and the first upgrade, like the second version, quite a big difference. The second version, the full, is just an extra like 10 bullets in it. So it's basically the same thing. But yeah, this one is the one where it reminds me of the Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War. Yeah, this is the one with the Hammer of Dawn where you hold it down and it shoots like a fucking beam from the sky. It's really cool, but these ones don't have a ton of ammo, and this one especially, I would say. No, 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 no. I think it's the blue one, the Uranus or Uranus or whatever the fuck you pronounce it, is the one where it's just like you go through ammo so quickly with it. But I like the fucking Hammer of Dawn effect, so that's going in decent, and we're gonna put that right there because it's pretty cool, but it's not super effective for killing a lot of zombies. Hannah Sharon, Bing Bong, fuck your life. We're popping that up there. This is gonna go. This is gonna go above. This is gonna go in second place. It looks fucking sick, but the fucking charge shot is so good. Shoot it and it's like a pool of blood, kills all the zombies instantly. It's got a monkey bomb effect, which is fucking amazing. This is the one I picked first. I Randy picked it and it ended up being the best one, so I got lucky on that one. But yeah, this one's fucking amazing. I don't know what to say. It's fucking really fun to use. I love how it's on your hand, kind of like the Apothecary Servant. It's it's not the same because it's not on your whole fucking hand, but it's just your whole forearm and all that, and your bicep. But it's just in your hand. It's like a glove. That's why they're called hands or whatever. But really fun to use. I love to charge it, and it makes a little noise. And you see a little orb in your hand, and you shoot it out, and it's really good. Um, no, I think it's pretty much useless against the well, not useless against the boss because I still think it uses the effect towards the Jejanese or whatever. And the Blight Fathers. I thought the Blight Fathers are on the map, right? Because I know they're on the certain areas where you have to do the redeemed or the exalted versions. And you have to fight two of them, but I think they do spawn in the regular map too. But yeah, things fun as fuck to use. Then we got the Uranus or whatever this shit's called. I'm gonna have to put this in average because the ammo. It's cool because you with this, these two are very similar, and these two are very similar with how they use. Because these two, you can shoot the single shots, which are decent. These shoot like three little orbs that go into the zombies' heads, and they'll kill three zombies with a single shot, and they'll basically just go into their eyes and then kill them. This one I think is just like um kind of like a Windstaff Thundergun effect, but really bad. If I can remember, no wait, I think I can't remember the single shot, but the charge shot, you shoot it and you hold it down, and it it's kind of like it's just like a wind. It's not like wind staff where it shoots one bow, but you hold it down. It's just like a gust of wind that just comes in, and it's like But the ammo is really fucking bad on it from when I used it. So you run out of ammo really fast. So I would probably put it, to be honest, right about right about there, right about there. Honestly, I just remember it being really bad on ammo. And the Gaia, which I fucking shit on at the start, but I used it recently when I was playing, and it's actually fucking good. Like it's actually not bad. Like if you use it properly and you train them up, and then you hold down, or you just hold it and let it go, it's like a big. It's just like a fucking just a bunch of rocks and grass and shit that shoots up, but it'll take out like the fucking whole horde almost. It's actually good, like from when I used it so recently. So I used to think it was garbage, but honestly, I'm gonna put it right about there. It was pretty fun to use too, and it was good. So yeah, then we got the I can't remember the XZBT or whatever the fuck they're called. One of them's like 5, 2, 3, and 4, some shit like that. I think it's 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's how it goes. Is the Mark? Maybe it's 3, 4, 5 because the Mark 2. I can't remember. These are the upgraded versions on Alpha Omega of the ray gun. Um, oh, I got a fucking text. But, um, this one was the best of the orange one. This is the one I use. It's like a black hole, especially with the charge shot. It's really fucking good. This is going up, and away for me. I think I'm gonna put it right there. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right about there. The thing was super fun to use, and it's really good, really strong. So yeah, I think it is a bit better on the Discord, but I like the uniqueness of the Discord. So I think I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna put it right about there. Um, then we got the dual wield ones. These ran out of ammo really quick, so I would probably put these in about average. But yeah, I'd probably put them right above the regular. I'd probably put them right about there. The lightning one was better than the poison one. That's what I remember. I think the fire one was like the shotgun one. So yeah. And then we got the yellow one, which is the infinite ammo one. My friend always uses this. I never liked this one. Um, infinite ammo is cool, but I always feel like it took forever to kill zombies. So this is average only because of the ammo, and I think it's better than that because of the ammo. I think it's better than that. I probably put it right about there. It just wasn't fun to use too, like straight up. Um, but yeah, then we got the purple one, which was cool. It shot out like three, kind of no, it was like six. It was almost like a shotgun with ray guns, which is really cool. I'd probably put this one in. Oh fuck, where do I have this one? We're just gonna throw it in there because I don't think it really matters. I'm gonna move the ray gun ahead. Um, what the fuck? Which one was? Oh, the purple one. This one is definitely indecent, but I'd probably put it more so above the wind staff. Probably put it right about there. I think it's pretty solid. Then we got the Tundra gun. Hella underrated. Very fun to use. People always complaining. It's basically, like I said earlier, infinite damage. I think it is infinite, but it's very close if not, and it's very good to decently high rounds. You just need PhD with it, but you know, you just need Dying Wish, and then Stamina Up is um your fucking whatever it's called, your the far right one where it gives you like the extra upgrade. Um Modifier, whatever it's called. And then you just go with PhD on this map, and then depending on how you play, I usually would either go Deadshot or Quick Revive, but if you're using this for high rounds, you don't really need Deadshot. And Quick Revive is good for the extra regen of health. Quick Revive doesn't quick res you on, or give you quick down, or res you on fucking BO4, whatever it's called. You get the tokens, whatever the fuck they're called. But yeah, I do enjoy the Tundra gun more than the Thunder gun, more than that. I enjoy, I'm gonna move this ahead of that actually. And ahead of that. Um, hmm. Ah, I think I'm gonna put the scavenger ahead of that too. I just can't put it down there. I know it's not as strong, but it's just so much fun to use, man. And I think I'm gonna put the Tundra gun above those. I'm gonna keep the Stormbow back there. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty solid. This list is looking a bit different than I thought it would have, but I just gotta go with my gut feeling for now. You know, it's hard to rank them. Then the Wonderwall. This one I can't remember. Fucking, I used it a few times because I got some gameplay videos for it, but I remember Deadshot being really good on it because of like insta kill to the head. Um, but fuck. But yeah, I feel like you need a Deadshot because if you hit the head always, it's infinite damage Wonder Weapon. So it wasn't as bad as some people rag on it for being, but I don't remember it being very fun to use. So I'm gonna put it in the top of average because it was okay to use. Yeah. Then we got the Cold War ray gun, which I'm gonna have to put in indecent. Nah. Dude, I'm trying to think because they nerfed it so many times. It was still so fucking good, and you can have PhD on that game. It was before they nerfed it like 4 or 5 fucking times, bro, and it's still good after the fifth time. The first time though, like before they nerfed it ever, it was so fucking broken. Like it was so good for like what it was, man. Um, um, yeah. Where the fuck? What gun was I on? I just fucking keep getting texts, man. Fuck me. Um. Oh yeah, the ray gun. Where did I put the ray gun? I'm gonna have to probably put it in fucking very solid. I'm gonna put it in the back of very solid because it was just a ray gun. It wasn't super fun to use, but it was so It was just so strong. Like, it was better than the dyes when those came out. It was fucking hilarious. Um, but yeah. Then we got the default dye, which gonna have to go on average. Um, I don't know where I'm gonna put this though, because I can't really remember. I'm gonna put it behind the fucking regular ray gun. I can't fully remember, but I can't. I've used it enough. I should fucking remember. Um, but yeah. Then we gotta look up pictures for these because yeah, I remember this one. Oh, I just knocked my fucking thing over. I remember this one's the gas one because when I was trying to find the pictures, for some reason this one had a fucking zombie foot in it. So, and I remember the gas one being actually really good. For me at least, it was pretty effective. I would put it um probably right about there. I'll put it behind the ray gun actually. Put it right about there. I remember it being fucking good at one point. But then we got. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna have to fucking look at the picture. Now I didn't think this would be so hard ranking them and so weird because like I know like a month from now I'll look at this video and be like, yo, some of these are wild. But which one was the cryo freeze one? This is the cryo freeze one. This one, shit, I can't fucking remember. Damn, bruh. I used all of them too. Um, I'm gonna have to put these in can't remember because I honestly can't remember. But the crowd freeze one, I remember being was it really bad or really average? Hmm. I'm gonna put it below average because that's what I remember it not being that great. So I'm just gonna put it there. Yeah. Then we got the Reiki, which is decent, I would say. Shit wasn't too bad. I'd probably put it above the Mark II. I put it right above there. Yeah. I know some people look at this list and be like, "What the fuck? This is scuffed." But this is just how I like them compared to how good they are. It's weird. Also, didn't want to add all other versions of this, so I just added the one because I wasn't gonna do that. But this thing was pretty cool with the olive on it. I remember this being pretty decent. I probably put that right above there. Um, actually, dude, honestly, I'm gonna move the. Mm, I think I'm gonna put it up very solid because I remember this thing being pretty good. Um, yeah, I think right above theirs because I remember it being real actually like effective. Um, and it was fun to use. I like the olive spinning around on it. That was cool. Then we got the Crystal Axe, which I'm going to put. I mean, there was a drop off eventually, but it was fun to use. And I like the two different versions where it's the axe and then it turns into like the little beaming gun. This thing was unique, so I'm gonna put that in very solid. I'm gonna put it above that. I'm gonna put it above the ray gun too. I think that's a solid pick. And then the shield. I did use this. I remember it being bad, but I don't remember. Yeah, I honestly think this shit was terrible. From what I remember, it was bad. So you know what, Vanguard gameplay, we're gonna go in the top of pure stink. I just realized I only have like not many in bad. Maybe I should move some down and around. Let me just look at this again. Because it's so top heavy, but the bottom is just like I don't have a lot in them, but I feel like I should move some down. I'm just trying to think. I don't think any of these are bad per se though. I think I almost don't agree with my own list, but I think damn, it's so hard. It's so much harder than I thought to rank these. Um, because I could just see this one there, that one there. Like I'm seeing so many things I can move around, but I don't know where to move them. It's so hard. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna put it. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move a couple down to below average. I'm gonna move a couple of the. Oh no, this one wasn't too bad. This one above a bit. The regular die was actually definitely below average. I'm gonna put it back there. This thing was just bad for ammo, man. It was just so bad for ammo. I'm gonna put the wind staff there. I'm gonna put this actually right about there. Just trying to let this savor in a bit. I'm gonna move this down behind that. I'm gonna move this actually down a couple too, because I don't think it's actually that good. Same with the Chrysalax. I'm gonna move that about there. I think that's pretty solid. I want to fill these two up a bit more because I feel like some of these are pretty bad. I feel like the Forge Freeze is actually better or worse than those. I'm gonna put that above there. I just don't like those things, man. They're so shit. I'm gonna move this down actually because I don't remember it being that great. Same with the Tesla. I'm gonna move down here. I'm gonna move that there. I'm gonna rank these three so similar because I don't want to say I just don't know a super accurate pick because I haven't used them as much, but I don't want to say I can't remember because I don't think they deserve to be in there. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna move that up there, that up there. I think that's better than that. More fun to use. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty fucking solid, man. For how I feel they go. Like I could be here all day switching them around, but does anything deserve to be in bad and pure stink? These two are definitely pure. This is definitely dog shit too. Yeah, I'm gonna move a couple down. I remember the ice one not being good, so we're gonna put it in bad. Same with the cell. I'm really trying to refigure some of these because yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Just the only three in pure stink though, like terrible, terrible. The thing is, I just think like for it to be pure stink, they got to be like straight up useless, and these all three aren't even really wonder weapons. Is the funny thing. But I can't. They're like I don't think it's. I think the void bow is bad, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's in the same level as these. And same with the VR11 is actually useful in some situations, but yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the list. I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm just looking at so many things on here that I want to move around and shit, but yeah, nah, I'm gonna keep it like that. I know it's a really weird list, but more of my opinion on how I enjoy using the weapons more so. But um, I'm gonna move the mat out in front of that magnet gun actually. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. I guess that's it. I didn't think this would be so hard to think about some of these, but yeah, maybe I'll make another one of these lists in a year's time with the same pictures and compare and contrast, see how different they are. I don't know though, cause it's really fucking hard, man. I'm not just basing these off of like I've used them. This thing just fucking shreds. Like I know I know the ice staff is really good. It's just not fun to use, man. It's really not very fun to use. Same with like I know the scavenger's not. I know the ice staff is like a lot better of a high round gun, but it's just the scavenger looks way cooler, sounds way cooler. It's just I don't know, way better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah.